the fear into the fugitives here on Delmarva.
Apparently you have. There were actually 3 fugitives that were on today's list that were located before we even had the opportunity to put them in the spotlight.
They knew.
They knew. Give it up.
All right.
We are back with Most Wanted Monday. Lieutenant Tim Robinson of the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office. Glad to have you in today.
We're always glad to be here, but besides the 3 we had caught over the weekend, which is pretty cool.
Right.
But then we have to scramble to find 3 more fugitives. But believe it or not, we don't have a lack of fugitives to show, so we could.
So
it's pretty easy to find 3 more worthy people to profile.
Okay, so you had 2 more captures.
We did have 2 captures last week.
And the first one was Coffin?
Amanda?
Yes, Amanda Coffin was
yeah.
brought in, so she is no longer wanted. She is now in custody.
And Marvin Walker.
Yes, Marvin Walker was caught too. So once again, you know, the program works.
It works.
It helps get people brought in. So between those 2 and the other 3, that's 5 warrants we've gotten cleared out in the last 3 or 4 days.
You're making his job easy.
Good job. All right, before we get to the others that you brought with you today, we're coming into the time of year where people are going to take off for the weekend. They're going to take off for a week. Maybe they're going to take off for several weeks. And that just makes it prime territory for burglaries, doesn't it?
Yes. One of our biggest suggestions we have for folks when they go on vacation is to not advertise that they're on vacation. And people do it in 1 of 2 ways.
Right.
Either they're posting on Facebook, which people love to do, and they like, you know, sharing with their friends, but, you know, be careful about that sometimes, advertising that you're, you know, several hundred miles away. The other thing that people advertise that they're not home is sometimes they'll forget to have their mail stop.
Right.
They will forget to have their newspaper stop, and they're stacked up, or, you know, they don't make it look like somebody's there.
The grass is growing.
The grass is growing, and they make it obvious that nobody's home for several days. So
Right.
You're asking for people.
So we're asking people to say, just don't make it easy, because folks, when they're driving through the neighborhoods looking for houses to hit, they're looking for stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. So keep that in mind. Okay. So let's get to who you have on your list today.
Well, after scrambling to find some more folks, got 6 that I'm hoping your viewers can help us find, so we can have another successful week. So next week we can report that maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of them.
That would be good.
Well, let's get started with Tori DuPont.
Yes, we have Tori DuPont today, and she is wanted after she made the decision not to show up for a theft case.
Okay.
So we believe her to be right here in Salisbury. So if you know where Miss DuPont is, please give the Crime Solvers folks a call, and we get her brought in.
Okay. Here's another one that you're looking for. This is Shay LeGwen Grooms.
Shay Grooms. We also believe her to be right here in Salisbury. She is wanted after she did not show up for a criminal child support case. So we have a bench warrant out for her.
Okay. Let's take a look at April NEWKIRK.
April NEWKIRK, she is wanted. A bench warrant was issued after she did not show up for court. And we believe her to be in the Eden area for any of your viewers down that area. So if anybody knows where Miss April NEWKIRK is, please call Crime Solvers right away.
Okay, this was one of the new ones that you came up with, Charles Nathaniel Ray Jr.
Charles Ray, yes, we believe him to be down at Pocomoke for any of your viewers down that area. He is also wanted. Now we're staying with this theme of people not showing up to court. He also did not show up to court, so he's charged with vehicle theft.
Not going to get away with it.
Yes, so I mean, if you know where Charles Ray is, please contact Crime Solvers right away.
All right, take a good look at Brandon SCHAEFFER.
Brandon SCHAEFFER, he is wanted. You may guess this. He also did not show up to court. Yes, so he's charged with second-degree assault. We last know him to be up in the Delmarva, Maryland area. So if you know where SCHAEFFER is, please give the Crime Solvers folks a call too on him.
All right, number 6. This is Richard James Wiggins.
Yes, Richard Wiggins. We have profiled him before. We've got a couple tips on him. We last know him to live in the Cambridge area. Just like everybody else, he also did not show up to court. He is wanted on charges originally that were assault and CDS or drug related. So there's a bench warrant out for him for not making an appearance when it was required. So,
and I think we should mention that if you do encounter any of these people, don't
don't try to grab a hold of them, hold them down, and then call 911. No, we ask everybody call. If you can call your local law enforcement agency, but if you want to get in the pipeline to get a cash reward, you've got to call Crime Solvers.
Okay.
We've got to call Crime Solvers. And again, I can't, highlight enough that all these folks that we profiled today, they all are wanted because they did not make it, they did not show up to court. So they've already created the first problem by getting charged criminally, then they've compounded it by not showing up to court.
So don't think that it's
not
going to go away.
Yeah, it's not going to go away if you don't show up. We're coming for you.
All right, let's hit real quick that you're also on social media.
Yes. Facebook is phenomenal, and we're seeing the Crime Solvers folks that run the Facebook page for the Crime Solvers. They tell me they get messages, they get tips, they and their popularity of their Facebook page is growing, and also our law enforcement partners, the Sheriff's Office will also profile many of these wanted folks, and all of our law enforcement partners, most of the ones that have Facebook pages, profile wanted people on them too.
But to get into the system for the money.
Yeah, but if you want to get in the system for the money, of course, we'll take the tips any way we get them. But if you want to get into the system to get a cash reward, no questions asked, you've got to call the Crime Solvers line. Again, it's 410-548-1776.
All right.
Did I get you 5 or 6
Lieutenant,
more?
thank you so much.
Thank you.
1001. 2 seconds there.
Did
you not learn anything? Thank you. And if you would like more information on Crime Solvers, go to delmarvalife.com.